Coming up on Network Africa, a prominent critic of South Africa's president is to receive police protection after receiving death threats. A Kenyan candidate running for vice president debates himself on television after his rivals failed to show up. And the UN's humanitarian chief, Stephen O'Brien, says violence in the Central African Republic is at terrible proportions. Hello and welcome to the program. I'm Joke Rogers. We begin today's show in South Africa, where a prominent critic of President Jacob Zuma will receive police protection after she received death threats. A statement from Parliament says lawmakers and the police carried out a security assessment which confirmed that a threat exists against Makhosi Khoza, a member of Parliament with the governing African National Congress. Yesterday, which marked Mandela Day, Ms. Khoza called on Mr. Zuma to step down, accusing him of being a disgraceful leader. Mr. Zuma, however, denies any wrongdoing and says that there's no suggestion that he is linked with the threats.
I honestly think that the ANC mission has been hijacked. And specifically, I think the president has actually allowed that to happen because he is in the forefront, if he's not the champion of that. I just feel that as the ANC, we seem to have, especially the collective, the leadership collective that I was talking about, it appears as though they are not prepared to be courageous and take that decision to say, Mr. President, you are compromising our mission.
Let's get more on this story from the CEO, Afro-Visionary Legacy, Lebohang Chaka. She joins us live from Johannesburg. You're welcome to the program.
Thank you for having me on the program.
Is there more to the death threats received by the ANC MP, Makhosi Khoza?
Excuse me, I can't hear you.
I said, is there more to the death threats received by the ANC MP, Makhosi Khoza?
At the moment, there isn't more to the death threat. What has happened, as we know, she has spoken about that and posted it on social media, and as a result, the SAPS has gotten involved.
At one of these ceremonies yesterday to mark Nelson Mandela Day, Ms. Khoza called President Zuma a disgrace and asked him to step down. What's the ANC saying about this?
One of the ANC branches in the KwaZulu-Natal area has come out very strongly and said that Makhosi must face internal disciplinary, and there must be consequences for her as a party member taking a stand in her own capacity in that regard.
How common is death threats? Is it for a government critic to receive death threats in South Africa? How many have you heard about?
We have a very free democracy thus far, and a lot of people, such as our late veteran Ahmad Kasadra, have come out against our president. Even his family said that President Zuma is not welcome at his funeral. So we've seen stalwarts, we've seen people, we've seen the Integrity Commission, everybody coming out in their own personal capacities or through various structures to voice their voices. And this is not something that's usual in South Africa, and it's quite commendable that our Minister of Police has come out and said the South African Police Services will provide protection for Makhosi.
Let me just ask one more question from you. I have a feeling it's not only this MP that's the only critic of the president. How many more are there, and how deep is this thing?
So we know that we've seen in recent months where some MPs have come out and I suppose it's a particular case in that she's really gone out and voiced her opinion and has been on various platforms. And we cannot really speak for other MPs because, as we've seen in the past couple of months, when there's a table of no confidence ruled against President Zuma, he always comes out favorable, and the ANC MPs really vote in his favor. So we can really say that President Zuma has a good backing within the ANC. As we've seen, he has not been removed from office as yet.
I thank you for your thoughts on that, Lebohang Chaka. Thank you for your thoughts on Network Africa. Let's move on now. In East Africa, only one candidate for Kenya's deputy president showed up for a scheduled televised debate organized by the media. The little-known Eliud Kariara stood solo on a stage of empty podiums and took questions for about an hour. Candidates from the two main parties, Deputy President William Ruto, the incumbents running mate, and opposition leader Raila Odinga's deputy Kalonzo Musyoka, snubbed the debate, saying that they were not consulted in any of the events planning it.